to bring me plants that were your best bloomers.
Yes.
Or your hardiest. And in this case, this is a best bloomer and hardy.
Indeed it is. And if you are a non-gardener, but you still want to have a lot of flowers, the SunPatiens should be the first annuals that you purchase.
Talk about low maintenance.
They do not disappoint.
All right, let me show you what you're going to get, because every flower that you see out here, we're talking about real flowers here. In fact, Phillip, yeah, I know you don't mind if I pluck one of these off, because there's just going to be more where that came from.
Show folks how big they are.
Take a look. I'm going to just pull one off here. Look at how pretty. Okay, look at how beautiful these flowers are. Sorry, I have a little dirt on my hands from the last presentation, but look at how beautiful. You're going to get 6 of these for 6 easy payments of $5.35. Now, even I can do that math. $5.35 a piece, free shipping and handling, and what you see out here is what you're going to have in your home.
That is one collection. You get 2 each of 3 different varieties, and I always have a white one in the collection simply because it illuminates everything else. Yeah. And let me just show you this one. Let me see if I can, oh, Poppy can get down here with it. But you know, regular impatiens, they have to have the shade. They also get diseases, and even the sprinkler system can break them down. Look how dense this is. This is the real deal. This isn't something that I have constructed. But look all the way down in there. I want you to see how dense it is. You do this with regular impatiens,
now
you'll see in the ground.
Right?
This is one plant.
That's a $5 plant.
And these are compact varieties, and by midsummer, one of the plants can look like this, but giant flowers that illuminate, and they're not irregular looking. You've got 2 whites, you've got 2 of the magenta, and you've got 2 of the lilacs in the collection. If you want container plantings, these are ideal as I planted them here, but I have done them in my flower borders for my clients in a big container in the border. So I've got some that are up high, and then I planted around the base too, so it's like a mountain of SunPatiens.
Wow, I like that idea.
It's a great design trick.
You're really known for your love of SunPatiens. So you're giving us, so we have 2 whites, and then what else do we have? Like
2 royal magenta and 2 lilac, which is the lighter purple one. They get 16 to 30 inches tall, 14 to 20 inches wide, and people have been buying these in multiples because they fill in. If you think about how many plants you would have to buy, annuals, to fill in an area where one of those pots is, and not do it that well. This is solid blooms. And so I kept thinking about all the problem areas here, and I had more than I realized. And so I had ended up with them all over the garden, and it really was just incredible looking.
A couple years ago, you put them in pots up your front steps.
I always do it now.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Phillip has the cutest, the prettiest little house.
Thank you.
Coming up your front steps, this was just like a riot of color. It was just beautiful.
I have to tell you, you know, the way things are these days, I will gladly run out of toilet paper before I run out of SunPatiens.
Well, you know, Phillip, I was out today taking a walk, and I was looking around my yard, and actually I was down at the state park near my house, and I'm noticing the flowers coming up, and I thought, you know, for me, this is something that brings me joy. Being outside in my garden, there's a feeling of satisfaction, maybe because I can control it. Like, you know what I mean?
There's
that feeling of satisfaction of, I planted that and look at what it's doing.
And you know, we're not in control of so many things these days.
Yeah.
And I live alone, and I've been doing the loner thing for a really long time, so my garden is my haven.
Yeah.
And I have planted large containers and big borders directly outside of the windows that I gaze out of the most, because I want the look.
And really, like, we're not saying that because we're using, you know, that as a way to get you to order plants. No, we're just talking about what's really going on and how we feel. Like, I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I can't wait to start planting my plants. It makes me so happy to look out my kitchen window, see the plants I planted, and SunPatiens make you really feel like you know what you're doing, even if you're someone who doesn't typically garden.
If all you know how to do is water, you're successful.
Do you know how I fell in love with the SunPatiens?
How?
Mary Beth Rowe had a baby shower for a friend of ours several years ago. I went over, her backyard was just so gorgeous, just flowers everywhere you looked. It looked like Phillip had come done it himself.
No,
and it was her husband.
It was her, exactly.
Yeah, it was her husband. He had ordered all these SunPatiens from a presentation when Phillip was here, and that kind of got me started on them. you really do get results like this. Actually, even better, because these are they're somewhat new. They'll get even bigger, won't they?
They'll get even bigger, but this is one of my most popular color combinations because I had on Rose of Sharon on earlier. And if you have those in your garden, these are beautiful with Rose of Sharon. They're gorgeous in front of rose bushes, regular rose bushes. They just work with everything. And this is all 3 colors in one pot. So
now, how did you do that?
What I did is I planted one of each in this pot, and then I did one of each in the pot that you have your hand on.
Gotcha.
So that gives you a pair with 1 order for the front door. Pick up 2 orders, you can do the back door too.
You better get a big container if you're going to put 3 of them together.
That's what Mary Beth's husband said.
Yeah, they get so big, because really, take a look. Now, how old, Phillip, are these plants in front of me?
Those are about the 1st of August. These varieties, you know, I've had some in the back that would get up about waist high. These are more compact. So if you've got, that's when I opened it up, you can see how dense they are.
Yeah, you sure
can. And I
can.
love this better because I have to tell you, the first SunPatiens that I had for the front, by September, it was hard to get in the front door. But these are quite manageable.
But look at all the flowers. The flowers are so pretty. Okay, so by the way, over half of what we started with is completely gone. And that's not just for the half of what we have for today. It's all Phillip has for the year. So this is the first day presented, and already half of what he has for a year is already gone. Now, I will tell you, one of the reasons I love SunPatiens is that these will be blooming when the trick-or-treaters come.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
and they will even bloom through the first frost.
Yeah.
But so, let me show you the magic moment.
I want to see what's coming.
They'll come out to you and look at those gorgeous colors. But this is the way that they arrive to you. Nice, dense plants, not anything spindly. Now this becomes this by the 4th of July. And I know you're thinking, how is that going to happen? Well, it's going to happen because you're going to remember to water.
Yeah, what do we need to do? Set me up for success. So how much sun do they need, and then how often do I water?
Full sun to half shade, and if they wilt, you know they need to be watered. These are thirsty plants, I'll tell you that. And what I did, I put mine in containers with saucers underneath it, and that helped me also. But if you want to push them on even bigger and quicker, don't forget to pick up, by the way, I have to tell you, this fertilizer of mine has flown out of here faster than any fertilizer I have ever seen. And you know why? You only have to fertilize once.
Wait, what?
Look at this.
I don't think I knew that about that fertilizer. The information's on the screen.
Get a tablespoon of this and sprinkle it around each plant and water it in.
Oh.
There's no mixing. There's no measuring except for the tablespoon.
And then wait, I only do it once for the year?
Once for the entire year, and that little bag will fertilize 60 pots. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. Half of you on one of the shows I had that bought plants bought the fertilizer too.
So Phil, I have to apologize because I knew you had a fertilizer this year. I did not realize that I didn't need to mix it with water and only needed to use it once. That's going in my cart as soon as the show's over.
I say feed to succeed, and one and done.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, so here's our SunPatiens. This is the first day we've ever seen Phillip's own collection, but it is going so quickly. So Phillip was able to bring 5,000 to us. We only have 1,800 remaining.
Oh my,
and
that's
when
going to be
gone, it's gone, Phillip. I don't think you're going to present these again.
Well, no, we probably
not till
won't.
next year.
And my Facebook friends got on here early because I warned them, and they know. And they get them every year the same way I do. This is the only annual that I buy every single year. You know, I change a lot of things up, not this, because this is the thread that holds my summer garden together.
I'm going to pick a couple of your flowers because I know I can. I just want to show you. Look how beautiful these flowers are. Like, they're just so pretty. Oh, I really do have a lot of dirt on my hands from planting that sedum.
I don't trust people with clean hands.
Oh, well then, you know what? You and I are going to get along just fine because I am so dirty right now. But look at how pretty the flowers are. You can even bring these in little bud vases. They will look so gorgeous. And the nice thing is sometimes when I grow flowers, I don't want to bring them in the house because I'm like, oh, then I won't have anything in my yard. You'll have enough to bring these in your house.
Indeed you will, and don't be without these. My mother's got them on her balcony at her assisted living place.
Oh, nice.
All she does
is
water.
Doing, by the way?
Mom's doing great. She sits there and she feeds the birds and